What is up, guys? It's ya boy Rick. Riven is strong, but family is stronger. Cactus here. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, and let me know what you think my next intro name should be. That comment section is wild. Alright, today we are going to be discussing what I believe is the single most important moon weapon you want to get. Now, for those of you maybe unaware, a bunch of the moon weapons were reissued recently with a mid-season update. So everything available that you can farm with the Lectern of Enchantment on the moon is now reissued. It's unsunset and available with brand new perk pools. So if you want to know that process about farming those weapons, I've done a complete essence guide. Check it out. It's linked up above. Now, everyone is obsessing over the loud Lullaby hand cannon, and certainly that's a very good gun, and admittedly you should probably go out and try to get at least a good loud Lullaby. However, one of the factors you need to look at when discussing weapon desirability is uniqueness. How many replacements are there for this particular weapon? And with the loud Lullaby, there's a lot of available 120 hand cannons. There's a lot of really good 120 hand cannons. So if you don't have a loud Lullaby, you can still use stuff like the Steady Hand, the True Prophecy, heck, even the Kramil's Dagger, if you're lucky enough to hang on to that. That even has Kill Clip too. But the weapon I wanted to really highlight today, there are literally zero alternatives, and that is the One Small Step shotgun. So guys, this is a rapid fire frame shotgun, and that intrinsically says it fires in full auto automatically, and it has deeper ammo reserves and faster reload when the weapon is empty. And this is actually the only non-sunset rapid fire frame kinetic in the entire game. You can still find rapid fires. For example, the Aikilos shotgun is a great alternative, but all of them right now are in the energy slot, and that matters quite a bit. Let's say you want to use one of your powerful energy primaries, like the Palindrome, like the Shadow Price, etc., like the Aikilos SMG. That is arguably the best PvE primary in the game, and being able to not use that because it takes up the same slot, that is a huge deal. So, providing that alternative, giving you access to a rapid fire shotgun in the kinetic slot, opens up a ton of build possibilities. Now, you may be wondering, what's so great about rapid fire shotguns? Aren't they worse than precision frame shotguns? And there is a point to be made there, because precision frame shotguns, such as the Heritage, which is another kinetic shotgun, that will out-damage the One Small Step. That will out-damage a rapid-fire frame shotgun. But there's a very big asterisk to that statement, and that is if you land your headshots. Right? The only way the precision frames out-damage rapid fires is if you are constantly landing headshots. And okay, if you are farming the Templar in the Vault of Glass, that thing is pretty easy to hit consistent headshots on. But I mean, the Vex are a featured enemy type this season. Have you guys tried to hit a precision shot with like a Heritage or a Philo on a Minotaur champion, Overload champion, when it's teleporting around you? That's basically impossible. Like, you are not going to be landing consistent precision headshots on that guy, right? And that's where the rapid fire comes into its own. If you aren't able to do that, the rapid fire frame provides an unbelievable amount of consistency, because you don't actually do that much more damage for getting a headshot with the rapid fire compared to a body shot. In fact, you will see a lot of the background gameplay. I am taking down some pretty big enemies. I am taking down champions solo, and I never get an orange number or a yellow number. I just get constant body shots, but it's still more than enough to DPS these enemies. So again, if I'm fighting Vex and you're telling me I've got to deal with Wyverns and Minotaurs and Goblins that will shelter up and hide their crit, I'm taking the One Small Step, I'm taking the rapid fire frame over something like the Heritage literally every single day. Like, it is just so much more consistent, and you will end up killing way more enemies way faster. Now that being said, when we get to the boss fight, I might do a little swap-aroo back to the heritage, but still my point remains. This is a one-of-a-kind weapon. It absolutely has some viability in PvE. It is absolutely, I think, really the highlight of these moon weapons because, again, it's doing things that no other weapon can do. It is one-of-a-kind in its slot. But obviously the next question is, okay, so what are you looking for on your one small step? Well, this thing does have a few pretty decent perk rolls. So, starting things off with the barrels, you can really go for any barrel in a PvE roll other than full choke because that lowers the precision damage, but if you're going for a PvP roll, you want full choke or rifled barrel. Now in the next perk slot, you really want some kind of extended magazine for PvE, however, actually tac mag is the best because the starting magazine is 7 and the maximum is 8, so extended and appended are kind of overkills honestly. But then for PvP, you want accurized rounds, and then in the first main perk slot, there's actually a few interesting choices. So for PvE, I think the God Roll revolves around Surplus. That is going to give you a static increase to your reload speed as long as you have at least one, not used ability. But the roll I have actually has Slide Shot, and this is actually pretty darn good. Every time you slide, you reload 2 rounds into the magazine instantly, and that can really help just chain kills between enemies. And another potential alternative is Feeding Frenzy. If you're planning to use this shotgun to slay out on ads, this is probably going to be the best reload perk. However, the reason I'm still high on Surplus is because if you're dealing with a single target and just trying to DPS like a big guy, a champion, you want the reload speed from Surplus because you don't need any other factors to get it. Now for a PvP roll, you're probably going for just Slide Shot, boosts the range, arguably Firmly Planted because that's going to increase accuracy, and crouching, it counts when you're sliding. So if you can slide into an enemy, it'll actually activate Firmly Planted, but Slide Shot's probably more consistent at that. In the second perk slot, I think you're really going for Trench Barrel. So after a successful melee hit, this weapon will gain 50% increased damage and reload speed and handling for a short duration or until you fire 3 shots. But here's the thing. You can activate Trench Barrel immediately after it's gone. So you can go melee, shoot, shoot, shoot. Remember, it's full auto, so it's going to get those rounds out really fast. And then just melee again. And that'll reactivate it, shoot, 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 melee again, shoot, shoot, shoot. So you can just go off, and with a couple melees, you can turn an entire 8-round magazine into a 50% damage 8-round magazine, which is incredible. And the one alternative I would really consider here is One for All. Hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for a moderate duration. So if you can just kill or hit 3 different enemies, you're going to get a 35% damage increase. And that is really darn good, but it's really going to be best in activities like override, strikes, etc. when you are using your weapon to kill a lot of ads. The reason I like Trench Barrel is because it can do, similar to Surplus, single target damage. So if I need to deal with one champion, I can activate Trench Barrel on that guy, on that champion, on that boss, on that elite. Whereas with One for All, I need to go out of my way and like hit 3 different enemies. So I think the absolute PvE God Roll is going to be an extended mag perk plus Surplus plus Trench Barrel. And then the PvP God Roll is going to be rifled or full choke plus accurized, and then Slide Shot, and honestly, probably Swashbuckler is the best out of the options here. But you're really getting this weapon for its PvE God Roll. These rapid fires, as I've said, put out a ton of consistent DPS, and I've been really impressed with the performance of mine. But guys, not only will you be able to, if you get a good roll, use it and enjoy it right now, but next season, there's going to be a whole new set of mods, and all it takes is for one really good shotgun mod for the value of all shotguns, especially the One Small Step, because it's so unique, to skyrocket, right? If we get, overload stunning shotgun rounds as a mod, suddenly shotguns are just going up in value like crazy and are going to become a mainstay within PvE loadouts. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.